Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Ashita no Joe, episode 21. There was no Joe last week. I got a little bit derailed by the fact that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 released, and oddly enough, in the first episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7, there was a scene that really reminded me of Joe. There's a scene where the main character, Johnny, gets put in a pretty bad situation, and then a dude scrunches up a newspaper and shoves it down his throat. And the whole time I was like, wow, this is just like the twisted stick from Joe. Just shove something in his mouth and then jump on him. But we missed Joe last week. My apologies. Hopefully the previous doubles and the fact that we kind of finished a little arcy thing, and now that we're going to watch more Joe, makes up for it. We're going to watch more Joe, and I don't know what to expect from this one. We did sort of finish off the Aoyama arc, and I think I'm about as glad as I could be about how it went. There are some elements of the way that Danpei treats both Joe and Aoyama that I think deserve an apology, and so I was really glad that it turned into an apology. What really surprised me was how much and how effectively Joe grew, and shock of all shocks, that we got an apology from him of all people. Whoa! I don't expect that this will be a 180-degree instant switch of Joe to being best guy ever, but it's an improvement. It's definitely a step in a direction. It's something. And then, internally, Joe seems to have clicked with the desire to box, the desire to become stronger, and the desire to relate differently to Danpei in the process of doing that. Not just as someone to rely on, not just as a source of information that's separate from you, but as actually an ally, genuinely a teammate and somebody that he can work with and needs. There's frustration in it, there's all sorts of stuff, all sorts of emotion wrapped into the last portion of that last episode of Ashita no Joe. And it remains to be seen where we're going to go with that. I think that there are more matches in the prison tournament. I don't know how many of those Joe is going to be taking part in, but I assume that we'll focus mostly on those. I wouldn't mind an episode if we just focused on other boxers doing other boxer stuff, but it doesn't seem like we're trying to do that. Really, the players that matter to us are Joe and Rikishi. And that's about it. We're hoping, I think, that they end up clashing in the finale. Rikishi's gonna get there. Joe seems to already be there. Is that what's coming next? Is Joe v Rikishi round 2? And how do we do that differently if that is what's coming next? Even if it's not coming next, I assume it's coming this episode or next episode or the one after that, like depending on how fuddled things are, right? This is what we're building to, is Rikishi versus Joe round 2. How do we change things? How do we demonstrate that Joe has grown? I don't know, because Joe having a draw with Rikishi in the first match is a little bit of a fluke. It's a little bit of a fluke, but if we can prove it, if we can prove that it's not a fluke, then that's something special. But it is kind of a little bit of a fluke. I feel like if Rikishi is truly on his guard and is truly playing his A game, then I don't think Joe can beat him. But maybe he's learned more than I've given him credit for. I don't know. It's a big obstacle in front of Joe. And with that, I'm going to turn my attention to doing a little drawing. I've got a really simple idea that's kind of sort of symbol laden and not so detail laden. So let me get to that, draw it really quick, and then we'll plop it up there and watch the episode. Little guy. He's just a little guy. Okay, that's my drawing. I almost got into a little bit of a trance there when I was doing the little dot 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 does, and just kind of got lost in it for a second, almost like a runner's high, where you're just sort of doing the same repetitive thing over and over. I just kind of okay. I think it makes simple sense. We're celebrating a victory here, but there are much bigger mountains to climb further on, and yet it's still a victory. You know, like if you go out hiking and you're climbing a bunch of mountains, you should probably celebrate these small victories. The little get onto the top of the hill, take a moment, look around you, get your bearings, be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I did it. On to the next one. But the next one's a lot bigger. And behind it lurks an even bigger one, hidden in the distance. In my mind, this is like Aoyama, Rikishi, question mark, question mark, question mark. But it's more than that. It's like becoming a boxer, becoming a boxer, becoming a boxer. Eh? All right, let's go for Joe, yo. I've got episode 21 up and ready to go. There'll be two versions, picture in picture in the description, timer on the YouTube, early access on the Patreon. Let's beep beep timer. Tatsunda Joe! Cross counter! All right, what do we got? Okay, we're back to the slums. Just the kids? Or everybody? I mean, Joe's still in prison, so. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's got some terrible pictures. Oh, fuck yeah! Photo exhibit / news conference. Whoa. Soon to be, soon to be. Yeah, you shut your holes. Yeah, no fake news questions. It's artistic. It's artistic. Wait, who's that kid? Wait, who's that kid? That kid's new. Who are you? You don't. You're not. You're an imposter. Poor Sachi. I know what they could say. Who's the freckle face kid? Oh, she just slides. Hmm. Poor kids. Hmm. Hmm. I think he's got some months left. That's got to be Rikishi. Oh no, it's Joe. Wait, it was training without gloves. A small fight with a big honor. Oh no, we're showing both of them training. We're showing both of them training. We're building up to Rikishi. He's making better sounds. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's take it easy. Take a break. That's fair. That's fair, Joe. You got that dog in you. Whoa. Wow. We've reestablished this dynamic. That's great. Yeah, it's too early for the fight. Wow, he can leave Joe to train. Wow, we still haven't shown Rikishi. Just his fists. Gonna break it, Joe. Hello. Yo, yo. He heals fast. What, you afraid? Afraid I'm gonna hurt myself? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That would be the best play. Rip it away. Take it away from us. Something? Yeah, something like what? Yeah, what could be more important than our fight? Woo, dude! That's dickish. What? What? Are you ready, Joe? I slipped into something comfortable just for you. Dude, Dompe isn't here to tell him not to do this. Fight him in the ring, man. Holy shit. Okay, that seems like a yes. Seems like a very happy yes. Enthusiastic consent. Can we get somebody to interrupt this, please? These guys are gonna kill each other in the middle of the yard in the rain. Oh, he's leaving. He's out. He's out. No, that's why he's leaving. Ugh. Shit. Oh. 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 That's not cool, Joe. But I mean, okay. Yeah, be the ref. Uh huh. Uh huh. True. But let me have the fight. Oh, now he hit him. Now he hit him for real. Yeah, that was really dumb. But he doesn't care. He just wants to fight you. Uh huh. That was a sucker punch, dude. Motete. Smart. 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 So is this the small fight with the big honor? The big honor is internal. They're fighting! They're fighting! All the inmates? Whoa, what the fuck is this? This isn't related, is it? Oh, they are! Oh my god, really, guys? That's kinda cool. That's kinda cool. Everybody's distracting the guards so that Rikishi and Joe can have this man-to-man fight. This is kinda cool. We'll know. We'll know. We're not fighting in rounds. We'll fight until we can't. Damn, man. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Fair enough. We're doing this old school. Let's go. Rikishi's attitude throughout this episode has been so badass. Aww. Aww. Gotta prove it, huh? By any means, at any cost. This is epic. This is epic. This unsanctioned taboo match. Let's do it. Let's go. Ah, it's a mid-roll. Come on, man. That was so much tension build that we broke for that mid-roll. That sucks. We're gonna build it back up. That sucks. Buddy. The witness, maybe? If we cut to it and don't get to see the match, I'm gonna be really sad. It's awesome is what it is. Horrible. Mazui. Rikishi riled him into it. This is Rikishi's doing. More than Joe's. Way! We're watching now. How can this go? How can this go? They're trading back and forth. Getting into it. He's better than he was. Cross counter? Oh, no. Ow. Not an amateur anymore, is he? He's gonna beat him. Full stop. While weakened. It's kind of brutal. Oh shit, he's gonna sucker punch it back! Yeah, you earned it, Joe. You deserve it. You deserve that. You really earned that one, man. These are cool. Count? Oh, he's getting back up. Come on, buddy. Oh. And so I came to fight you. Yeah, no, he came directly to fight you. Just don't tell anybody, it's fine. Ah, a little fight. Mmm. The path of glory. Feel like an imposter, right? Yeah. I can't have this black mark on my record. No way. Are we gonna stop it? Settle it in the ring? As boxers? Grandfather. Oh my god, is this the challenge? He's becoming a pro boxer. Yeah, you are! Huh? Huh? So they beat up on each other and we stop it before it can happen. Fuck me. Fuck, man. That makes my heart ache. You, come on, man. It's gonna happen. Oh. Yeah. Not a fan of that, but interesting. Is that so? Wow, he's getting chastised by Shiraki, too. The Japanese boxing world doesn't want you. Meh. Meh. And we're left alone in the rain. There's something to it, though. We heard a little bit about it before, but it's unclear. Why? Does he think his hands are broken? My guy had rocks in his hands? At all costs, by any means. Son of a Joe! That's dickish, dude. Shock and awe. Yeah. I needed it, I'm handicapped. Yeah, you should have just said no. We don't often see Joe face on like that. Wow. You're crazy, Joe. Yeah. 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 That makes sense. Yeah, man. Definitely takes the wind out of the pure boxing. But also it's respectable in a weird way. It's like that's not allowed and also kind of cool. Hell yeah. Gonna have to train. He's got a goal. Koi! That was cool. Goddamn Danfei. He's so lively. What a Genki old man. Wow, it's like the first steps. Oh, and straight on. Chasing after Danpei. You want to follow after me? That was epic. This was an epic episode. Ah! Something, something. Rikishi's going home. Ashita. I feel like the weird creature from Pan's Labyrinth with eyeballs in his hands. Ah. Wow. I think that this episode was pretty epic. We talked a couple times in a couple of different episodes where we were setting up for a Rikishi versus Joe fight about what it takes to make a rivalry go the distance. I get the feeling, the impression, partly because it's in the OP, that Rikishi v. Joe is the long-term rivalry, you know, like 50 episodes down the line. We're still going to be looking forward to squaring off with Rikishi one day. There are some struggles to that, like they're in different weight classes as far as I know, but there are always ways to hand wave that or to get around it. What matters is that we can't settle things here. Yeah? Like, say we do this battle and Joe beats Rikishi down and Rikishi leaves with his tail tucked between his legs. There's no threat of rivalry anymore, right? We can rebuild and have Rikishi come back for revenge. But there's no threat of rivalry. It only lasts if we leave it unsettled. Or if we leave it with an uneven score. You know, he's got 2 victories and you've got 1 victory and we've got to even the tables. That can work long term too, trading back and forth over the course of, you know, decades of a career. And there are some examples of real world boxers and other sports athletes and stuff where they've gone through their career with a core rival and they've traded back and forth over the whole of it. But in a show, if you have one of the characters win, it sucks the energy out of the rivalry. They both need to be like stewing on it, mulling it over, repeating their thoughts about it, revitalizing and continuing to stoke the flame of the fire of burning hatred that's in their hearts. They both do. And so they both need like reason to do this in the future, reason to fight each other again. This sets it up perfectly in so many really interesting ways. The first is that Rikishi has to go, and so he forces the fight. He pushes it. The second is that Rikishi in his own mind is getting an advantage. He's scheming and getting an advantage over Joe because Joe is tired and wounded, and Rikishi can goad him into it and knows he can get it. And Joe is playing the same level of game. He's like, I'm tired, I'm wounded. Rikishi's goading me into this. He's gonna fight me no matter what. So I'm gonna jump scare him with the heaviest fists he's ever fucking felt. So even if Joe had won, it wouldn't have been a true victory because he had the rocks in his hands, right? And even if Rikishi had won, it wouldn't have been a true victory because Joe was tired, right? So even if one of them had won here, it feels like there's the thread of potential for a revenge match to come after it. But instead, we stop it right in the middle. Both of them get effective exchanges on each other. Both of them knock each other down real good and hard. And then Dompe steps in and stops the whole thing, giving them an out so they don't get punished more right now in the present, but they can fight again later. He asks them to stow their rivalry for a little bit, to put that fire away, to put it on the back burner. But it's still burning. It's still burning, and it's going to be burning through the whole series, isn't it? Wow. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. there are some like face-on shots of Joe that make me realize how very infrequently we see him face-on. Like we'll see him at 3/4, right? Where we'll see his nose point, and the hair and stuff. But a lot of Joe's core characteristics, like the spiky hair and the pointy nose and the way his face is shaped, they don't really appear as much when he's square on with the camera. It's interesting. It can be quite serious and quite, I don't know, quite connected to Joe, but it also removes a lot of his like standout features when he squares on with the camera and faces it. It seems really interesting to me, those moments when we have that face on picture of Joe as he tells us about the rocks, and then a moment later when he runs after Danpei, we have him running into the rain, eyes forward, no distractions. It's cool. It's cool. Something about it really feels good. Really feels good. Okay, Sachi's the worst photographer in the whole world. I think it would be really sick if she did become a famous female correspondent / photographer at some point, but she's not there yet. Who's this kid? Who the fuck are you? You haven't been here the whole time. Who the fuck are you? Get out of here. You're not part of our friend group. It doesn't tell us anything. I was so worried at this transition in the episode. This is such a silly thing, but I'm just going to step outside of like normal flow of the thing to mention it. I was so worried at this transition because this transition is so bleh. It's really bleh. It's just two static water scenes faded into each other, and we get the audio transition in the background. It's just like a pan down, fade, pan up, blah, blah, and slow, and it takes up a bunch of time, and it doesn't hold the flow really well. I was worried in this moment. I was like, shit, is this one like episode directed by somebody who's not very good? No, no. I think they just needed the effort for a little bit later in the episode. It's not even a bad thing, right? It's just like it made me feel scared that the episode was going to be mediocre. I need not have worried. Okay. These have to be okay. Either there's a mistake being made or these are Rikishi training. But I think they're Rikishi training. Because we've got this fight over here, and we consistently show Joe with his gloves, but then over there's another set of hands beating on a bag, making a decision. The rain is coming. The storm is coming. Okay, I love this little moment where Danpei tells him, like, let's take it easy. I love this moment where Danpei's got this, like, head forward posture, and he does this sort of nod. Yes, yosh. Nod, little smile, little toothy smile. It reminds me of, like, episodes 1 through 4, episodes 1 through 4 Danpei, and this, like, yosh, still looking forward to the future kind of vibe. That's cool. Fair lady. He's punching, and Rikishi shows up and drops the trench coat. Hey, buddy, I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. It doesn't work. But he doesn't tell him why, which I think is dickish. But I think that's part of his plan to rile him up, right? It needles him. Something came up. What? That's ridiculous. What the fuck are you talking about? We're supposed to be fighting. What does concern you is we're not fighting. So how about we fight now instead? Ta-da! And we get the musical cue. Fuck, yes. Buddy. You up for it, Joe? We do these faces on opposite sides of the screen. And he's just sort of stock still frozen. So in shock? So will you do it or not? He gets to throw the dog-like stray dog stuff back at him, which is really nice for Joe. You think I don't have it in me? No worries. I was just struck dumb with joy that such a dream opportunity would come my way. I can finally bid farewell to this prison without regrets. And then we get the boy is here, and Rikishi notices him, and Joe goes for the sucker punch. He is not fucking around. Momped and womped. Thump. And I'll go further, too. I didn't really hit you. Don't be a baby. I'll respect you. Nah, and then he actually hits him. I'm prepared for that. I don't care about the trouble. This is what matters, right? It's like the reverse of like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna leave, something else came up, something's more important than our match? For Joe, nothing's more important than our match. Solitary for months, don't care. As long as I get to do this. As long as I get to beat you down. Almost got done in by your sucker punch. Wait! Rikishi's voice throughout this is so badass. It's got such grit to it. Ugh. And his attitude is so, like, unflappable. It's just, badass is the only word that I have for it. Let's go to the practice ring. We'll continue there. Big news, big fight. They're all doing it. This is so sweet. It's so sweet. Everybody helping each other by beating each other up. But, like, they're all helping Rikishi so that he can have the fight. That's awesome. And something about them setting up the ring together, like doing the work together, is like friendly, like companionship allies, right? But they're doing it all in order to kill each other. Yeah? It's weird. It's weird. There's a strange vibe to it. It's the connection between rivals. Like, you might be enemies, yet you're the closest to each other that anybody could be. Yeah? You're like truly of one heart and mind, in a sense. Stop your grumbling. You're gonna sleep here tonight. The lines, the bars. How are we gonna do it? We don't need it. I'm not gonna break the rules. I won't make you break the rules. We're gonna match by KO. So we don't need a bell. We don't need a referee. Let's get ready. Let's do it. Huh. No rock. But we turn over to Rikishi. He must be doing it now. He thinks he's fully recovered. At any cost, by any means, I must make sure he's beaten to a pulp. We get the justification for it right after, right? No, it's later in the fight. At any cost, by any means, I must make sure he's beaten to a pulp. This is like a little lapse in Rikishi. Rikishi has taken this, like, I am the noble fighter who represents boxing as a noble sport. But Rikishi's willing to be a little scummy in order to win when he needs to. Like, he... And socially, he does stuff like this, too. Rikishi has jumped into that role, in part because Joe stands out so much as the bad guy, that Rikishi gets to be the good guy by standing up for Yoko, or standing up for boxing, or just standing up against Joe. But there have been a bunch of little moments, I can't pull any from my memory exactly, where Rikishi has done something or said something that's like, wow, that's a little nefarious. And then somebody else, usually Yoko, is like, Rikishi, don't do that. And Rikishi goes, fine, I will be a chained dog, but I'm still a vicious monster. That's like, it's, yeah, right? There's a vibe there. There's something about that. And it happens here when he's like, I don't care that Joe is weak. Because I think a previous Rikishi would be like, I want to fight you at your best. Let's go. But now he's like, I gotta settle this, and it doesn't matter. I'll fight you when you're weak, at any cost, by any means. It's interesting. And then a little later at the end of the match, when we're ending it, we have one of those moments where Rikishi is, like, he's saying horrible things, as Yoko says. He starts to, like, throw shade at Danpei, and sort of be... It's like going after somebody's family a little bit. It's like it's outside the bounds of what's allowable in terms of trash talk, you know? It's like trash talk, fine. I'm gonna kick your ass. You ain't shit. You're a stupid little baby, right? Fine. Your mom is bad. Not fine. Not fine. Now we're in a problem. Like, you know, like, is this how your dad raised you to be a weakling? It's like, all right, now we've got a problem. Rikishi's willing in himself to step outside of those lines, and that's probably what got him in jail in the first place, right? Interesting. Get this little turnaround from Joe. It's very reminiscent of when Joe turns around in the Aoyama match and is kind of like, hey, 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 hey. But it's different this time. He's got this grin. I guess that's the I have rocks in my gloves grin. Okay. So, I think it sucks that we break the tension that we build out of this scene with the mid-roll credit roll thing situation. However, that doesn't mean that the tension that we do build isn't there. Can we just mention that we do this like back and forth shot of Rikishi in the wind, and it blows his hair, and the wide, and Joe and the hair blows, and Rikishi and the hair blows, and Joe and the hair blows, and the wide. What's wrong? Weren't you gonna do it? We hone in on their eyes. Their eyes wiggle just a little bit, and then their eye shapes change just a little bit, and Rikishi gets those little lines on his face, and then it kind of just But for those like 20 seconds or whatever this takes, gosh, it's more than that. I want to know how long this is. This is like a minute. Okay, we're at 11:21. And we fade out at 12:03. It's almost a minute. It's most of the way there. Whoa, that's a long time to just have two characters standing, staring at each other. That's awesome. All right, your boy wakes up, and everybody joins the fray. I figured something like this would happen. She's also here to keep him on a leash. We get to it, and it's pretty badass. So I will say, I like these up-closer shots with all the rain in them much better than these wides with the full-body flow to them. These are kind of jerky, and they're not that exciting to me, but the close-in, character-filled, sort of gritty textured, like the textures on his feet and stuff, gritty texture to stuff, that's awesome. And then it kicks into really beautiful motion as well. There's some reuse internally within the episode, like some of Joe's sequences, he punches multiple times the same sequence, but this whole episode feels completely different from any other fight. Big smiles on Joe. Dante gets into it. Put your back into it. Let's go. He's really, really knocking him down. Why are his amateur punches making a fool of me today of all days? Why am I getting whomped by this kid? Well, he's hitting you with bricks. But he's wobbled. He really gets him. When the hell did he get such a powerful punch? We get this big smile from Joe as he lays into Rikishi. Stop it, please. You'll be able to leave in just 3 days. 3 days? And now Rikishi takes the sucker punch, right? And he lights Joe up. Joe's eyes go white. That's repeated. But that's okay. It's badass. Oh, this one where he pushes Joe upward and Joe flings backward felt really cool to me. And then the bounce back. Lots of great expressions in between. So now you know why I can't wait a week. I'm also getting out early as a reward. No hard feelings. So you're running away, you coward? Would I be fighting you if I was running away? We pull the background out and Joe lays into him again. And drops him. Shit. Rikishi, please stop. Stop wasting your time with a petty fight like this. The road is open. Stop wasting your time with this petty fight. This is nothing. You don't even, he's not even in your way. Just go around him. Rikishi goes, no. No, I'll always have that mark. I'll always have that weight that I'm carrying. I'm fighting this petty fight because I want to walk the path of glory. If I left now and tried to make my debut while leaving behind an unsettled score with some juvie punk, I'd be too embarrassed. Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you calling me? Dompe rushes in. This is almost like a freeze frame. You don't have to force it now. You're gonna be a pro boxer. And so is Joe. Let's go, Dompe! These scenes with the sketchy stuff all over their freaking skin. They're so badass. They're like iconic. Flip a page in a book with a binding that looks all old and pretty. And you flip a page and it's got this as an what do you call it? A lithograph in it, like a woodblock print. Bam. That is actually there we go. I've got a name for that aesthetic. We're gonna lean on that as a term. Woodblock print aesthetic. Okay? It's not actually what's going on here, right? But woodblock prints create this sort of texture because of the way that the ink soaks into the porous wood, and then you stamp with the wood, and you can get textures like this. That's also why it feels so, like, timeless to me. There are a lot of really great Japanese woodblock artists, and I'm a fan of quite a few of them, and this feels like a woodblock print. Huh. That feels like an important understanding for me. In a huge ring, in a professional boxing stadium with all your heart. I get it. I can overlook it. Let's meet again in the pro ring. He says it's gonna happen, but I wonder. It's pretty dickish, man. And what the fuck did he say? And then he says, Danpei, you're the problem. You left a bad mark on the boxing world. I heard some stories about you, and there's like a little laugh in his voice. Zuibun! Stop it, Rikishi. Cut it out. And he stops. He immediately stops. Either way, be aware that the Japanese boxing world doesn't want you in it. Be quiet. Since when have you become so rude? He kind of always was. He's just been holding it down. I apologize, fair lady. Men say such horrible things, as though it's like, that's just men's stuff, I guess. Everybody ruined it. What did he mean? Twisting rumors. Does he realize how many years it's been? I wonder. So, you gonna take your gloves off already? And he freezes. It's like, there's no reason for him to freeze. Why? What for? Do it! And he rips them off and reveals the secret. You didn't! Aw, you found me out, but he doesn't really care if he's found out. That's why he felt my punches. Okay. How unique is this shot of Joe? In any other show, it absolutely would not be. Not even a little bit. But how unique is this shot of Joe? He's like center stage, perfectly framed, fully in focus, face straight at us, eyes to ours, locked in on the camera. Smiling. It's really like the slow eyes close. It's detailed too. In any case, I'm glad. What were you trying to do? I was trying to win. Trying to make him not lose. You know, make sure that he didn't win. Don't get me wrong. I would normally not do this. I would just beat him on my own strength. But I'm tired. Couldn't have moved it to the other day. He had to fight me right then and there. And he jumps into the same frame. Same sort of framing. I love it. I love this. I love it. So I decided to take him on and secretly scheme a way that was guaranteed to win. Now there's some steely resolve. You wanted to win by any means necessary. You really showed some spirit today, Joe. Bam! Don't ever fucking do that again. Don't ever even consider doing that again. But good job. That's crazy. And he softens. So, want to follow behind me? Oh, it means more than it means. Let's do some running. After all, if you're really going to be a pro boxer, I'm going to have to drill some information into you, and we're going to have to train. So come on. Stop stalling. I got to see and hear this moment when he... Koi! Amazing. Watches him run off, and then we do this slow building smile, like Joe's found what he was looking for the whole time. Takes one slow step. distinct. We're really focused on his face and the shadows. Like, is this Naruto now? Is this Hunter x Hunter now? Like, this is not how we characterize Joe. But something has changed. Something has really changed. He's got somewhere to run to. And so off he runs. And thus ends episode 21 of Ashita no Joe. And establishes the long-term rivalry between Joe and Rikishi Toru to be resolved sometime in the future in a pro boxing ring with a huge crowd with all your heart. Hell yeah. Not what I expected from a Joe episode, but man, I love the switch up. I think this is a really cool one. I think it's got some of my favorite, like, tension builds and some really lovely, like, facial expressions from Rikishi and just the dynamic in the voice acting and the communication between these two characters is kind of second to none. There are some rivalries. I mean, Ippo has a pretty great rivalry, and I can see how it's got roots into this, but man, what a rivalry. These guys are badass. I can't wait to see them clash again sometime in the distant future. I hope I'll see you there. Or for next episode of Ashita no Joe. Thanks for watching this week's episode. I'll see you next week for the next one, or you can get it early on the Patreon. Much love. Peace.